Evening, guys. How are we all doing? Sorry, it's a bit dark in here. Been busy today. Right, a lot of people have been asking me about council tax, which is great news. It means you're starting to become a bit wiser to the scam. All right. Obviously, we do get I get people saying that I should pay it and this, that, and the other. They're entitled to their opinion. I think the police are not worth the money. Don't think the council are worth the money, to be honest with you. But here we go. Look, the way you challenge it is conditional acceptance. I've got some paperwork which I will try and find and put up and read out and give you the information. But you want to send a conditional of acceptance letter, okay? And in that letter you write one of the things you can challenge them on, because they asked you to pay X amount each month. All right, so you want to ask for them for their finance agreements, okay? Because they're making a financial agreement, and you want to ask them for their financial agreement number, because to do financial agreement you've got to be registered. So you want to ask them for their financial agreement number. Obviously, you're conditionally accepting it, because you're not the person, you're not the Mr. or the Mrs. in the letter. If you know about the birth certificate stuff, look into the common law on that. You are a live living man, okay? You're not a person, you're a live living man, woman. All right, and these companies can only do business with you through contracts. All right, that's another thing you want to challenge. Where did you sign to say that you would agree to pay this money each month? So that's the other thing that you want to put into it. As I say, there are templates out there. There are plenty of groups out there that are putting out letters and stuff, so just keep an eye out for them. And so I will try and dig out some of my paperwork and give you a good idea of how it's done. But in the situation we're finding ourselves in at the moment, where a lot of people are standing up to this treasonous government, okay, certain laws and things are being passed now. No law can be passed without royal assent. There isn't any royalty at the moment. The Queen is not royalty. She's you can look into that as well. You may think it's all bullshit, but you can look into that as well. The Queen doesn't give royal assent. All right. So all the laws, all the legislations that are going through since for a long time ago, the royalty hasn't signed any of the formal stuff since 1867, I think it is, or 1861, whenever it was anyway. So all laws are null and void. All right, look up John Anthony Hill, and you will see that John Anthony Hill, if you can find it, John Anthony Hill destroyed the monarchy and the law in court in 2008 or 2015. So you need to look up John Anthony Hill. All right, Baron D. Wald is another good person to get some information off to as well, or off of, should I say. But there are laws that are going through at the moment which are null and void. But obviously, majority of the people are not at the stage that we're at, and i.e. the people that wear masks. Don't take that personally. I'm not having a go at you. If you feel that you want to wear a mask, then go ahead and feel free to wear it. I don't wear one personally. I wouldn't. A year and a bit into this scamdemic, pandemic, I've had no coronavirus, so look into it. But all the laws that are being passed are all null and void, every single one of them. But the laws they're passing at the moment, a bill is just going through our treasonous government at the moment, which is to do with protesting or demonstrating. You can get 10 years for protesting. And then we're going back to communist China here. 10 years for protesting. If you've got playing loud music, or you're speaking for a megaphone or anything like that, they can arrest you, hold you, and fine you, and do whatever. Look, we don't I don't agree with what this government is doing. I haven't agreed with this government for many years. I don't agree with any of the government what they do. It's not to say that I'm anti-government. It's to say that we employ them. They are our servants. We are not their servants. And the way that it's all been twisted around is, well, it's criminal. Okay, and it all goes back to maritime law, birthing canal, a dock. And you know, when you go to court, you stand in the dock. Well, where does the ship stand? It's in a dock. You know, it all goes down to maritime law. You need to look into it a little bit, because I haven't got all night to sit here and explain it. It would take me all night to sit here and explain it. But to go back to the council tax, if you own your own property, all right, and you wanna stop paying the council tax, do not let it go over £5,000, all right, because they will go for bankruptcy, all right. And I don't want to be the one that sitting here saying don't do it, and then all of a sudden you find yourself into trouble. It's up to you to make your own mind up and do your own research, all right? Because that's what it's all about, doing your own research. Look into it. Turn the TV off. Personally, I don't watch TV, although I do watch films and stuff like that, right? But I don't watch TV, because at the end of the day, it's there to take your mind off things. You know, we've got too complacent and we've got too comfortable with the fact that, even more so now with people being on furlough, all right, they sit at home on their arse doing fuck all. They can continue their normal day-to-day life, and they're being paid 80% of their wages, and you know, they sit there, drink a beer. That's what you want to do. Watch a bit of TV. That's what you want to do. But it's taking your mind off things of what actually is going on and what's actually happening, all right? You know, there's so much going on, some of it is a distraction, like with the Sarah Everard murder. It's a distraction. If you look into the Illuminati, and they love the number 33, she was killed at the age of 33 on the third day of the third month. Yeah. It's all a distraction, and it's all there to take your mind off of what these people are actually doing. All right, there's many plans in foot what the government have got planned for us. Just recently, something came out about oh, that's it, because of the Sarah Everard murder, and what they're going to do now, or what they're seeking to do, is to put more public lighting on the streets, more cameras on the streets, and plain clothed police officers, so that when you're pissed, into bars, nightclubs, pubs and stuff like that. Right? Not that there much of them are going to survive after this shit, because by all means, although we're coming to supposedly the end of this, it won't be the end of it. All right, it won't be. All right, so challenging council tax is a good thing. But that's a way of protesting and saying, look, I ain't putting up with this shit anymore. There are much bigger things going on. If you're keeping your eyes out on London at the weekend, there will be a big protest in London at the weekend. Personally, I won't be there because I've got things that I need to do. But there is another one, I believe, on the 31st of this month, which I will be at. 31st of March and the 1st of April. Which I will be at. But look, as far as I'm concerned, you know, the police are corrupt, the government are corrupt, the MPs are corrupt, the civil servants, they're all corrupt at the end of the day, and we need to remove them. Whether that is by one way or another, we need to get them out. All right, that's just the end of that. We need to remove these people. There's so much shite going on around this coronavirus, which is the flu, basically. But again, do your own research on that. We haven't really got a lot of time left before this treasonous government sign us over to whatever it is they have plans for. So look, start sort of doing a little bit more research into stuff. Council tax, yes, if you can stop paying it, because that, the police are owned by the councils. I mean, they pay their wages. I'm not saying that we need to defund the police, because we do need a police, but we don't need the police in the way that we have them now. We need common law policing, not the policing that we have now. All right. So yes, if you can stop paying your council tax, as I say, if you own your own property, don't let it get over £5,000, because they will bankrupt you. All right. If you live in a rented property, you can carry it on for as long as you want. Personally, I think mine went up to about, I think last time I knew it was up to about, I don't know, 20 grand, something like that. When you let me just run through the for people that have not seen it, we'll run through the process. What they'll do, if you've started paying council tax already, all right, and I think it's come to the end now, I'm not sure, I think it starts again in April, but if you've started paying council tax already, all right, or you're coming to the end of paying your last payments, continue that on. All right. When you get round to the new tax year and they start sending the bill for the new ones, then you stop. Right? That's when you start sending them letters of conditional acceptance. All right. The process will be they send you your bill, and they send you your 10 payments, is it, of X amount of money. All right. Well, in your conditional acceptance, you want to put in there, can I have your license agreement financial number, whatever it is. All right. Because if you're gonna make a financial agreement, then they should be regulated. All right, so they won't be able to provide you with that. All right, so then it'll be after you haven't paid that, they're gonna issue their own summons. All right, they don't go to the court for it; they just issue their own summons. When you go to the court, it will say whatever district you're in, and you have to go to the court. A couple of days beforehand, ring up the court or email the court and ask them if there's a court summons in your name. Okay, best to ring them up and say, is there a court summons in my name? You know, you've been away for a few days, and you know you had the police around the door or something like that, and you know just want to find out whether there's a summons in your name. It'll come back with no. All right. When it comes back with no, ask them to email you that court summons. Look, ask them to email that to you. All right. On the day that you go to court, what they normally do is they take you to one side. The council will take you one side and try to make an agreement with you, all right, which is contracts. You're now entering into a contract, all right. Basically, you want to say, no, I want to see the judge. When you get called into the judge, council will say first, you know, blah, blah, who they are, whatever the case may be, and what they've done, and then they'll come to you. And when the judge says, is there anything you need to add, or is there anything you need to say, whichever the case, you stand up and you say, well, I emailed the court yesterday or the day before, whenever it was, and the emails come back to say that there isn't a court summons with my name on it. So what we're here doing today, are we here doing business? Because if we're here doing business, I don't agree to the business in this business domain. All right, the judge will walk away. The judge will just bump, out you go, and it'll start all over again. All right, and that's the process every time, every single time. When it comes around to sending the bailiffs around, councils are not allowed to employ bailiffs. They're not allowed to, for the simple reason is on their crest, they have to be the ones that recover the debt. The councils have to be the ones that recover the debt. All right, so they're not allowed to do that. So also inform the council of that as well. Also have an implied access of rights printed out and put on your property, so it removes the rights of the bailiffs to come in on your property. And as long as you keep your windows and doors closed and locked, it's a bit difficult in the summer, but as long as you do that, they have no powers to come in. They cannot false entry for council tax. All right. So if there's any more questions you'd like to answer on that, you know, send me a message and I'll try and answer it. But the main concern at the moment is getting and fighting for the country at the moment. The government has overtook the council at the moment and now selling us down the fucking river. So the main reason that the things are going on now is to get the government out. I do not agree with what they're doing. If you look at the amount of money they've spent in personal contracts to friends of theirs over this coronavirus, it's staggering amount. Personal friends, 14 million, 28 million, 110 million, just to personal friends that these people never have and never would have had production in masks or aprons or PPE for it, you know. All of a sudden they've started up a business a month beforehand and they've won a contract of 12 million, right? This is corrupt. This is corrupt. There's nothing really much more I can say on it apart from I'm working hard on the fact that obviously I've got a personal life and things I have to do in my what I have to do to earn the money to keep my family, and there's obviously things that I have to do to try and make people aware of what is actually going on, and I do that as best as I can. One, for my own safety, and two, I love people, and you know, if I can enjoy the fruits of my labour, then why can't other people? If you're on a basic income of say like £1,500 a month is what your wages are, you work all that out. By the time you pay your rent, your council tax, your bills, and other bits and pieces, it works out that you've got around about £60 a month to play with. You know, it shouldn't be like that. I mean, I personally don't. If I earn £1,000 a month, then that £1,000 a month is mine. That's it. End of. I don't pay any bills, any at all, none. But that's just my personal choice. That's just me. For the energy companies like gas and electric and stuff like that, energy's free. All right. I don't pay for fluoride to be put in my water. All right, end of. For the energy, for the gas and the electric, you're putting your stuff down. Whose pipeline is it coming through? And when it crosses the boundary into my property, then it's mine anyway, because it's coming to my property. All right. So you can argue all this. It's about learning, and it's about doing a lot of research, a lot of reading, and watching a lot of videos. But as I say, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. I'll be happy to point you in the right direction. As I've always said, if I can't help you, I will know someone that I can put you in touch with that can help you, all right, in whatever your difficulty is. I haven't heard from Tobe as of yet how Paul is. As you all know, Tobe was arrested and taken to Reigate. He was burgled by the police and this, that and the other. As far as I know, the case is continuing, but unfortunately I don't know much on how Paul is at the moment. As far as I know, he's still in a coma, and they're going from there. But obviously I'll get some news soon and I'll update you all on it. Guys, thank you for watching my channel. Do appreciate it. If you can do a like and a share, if that's what you do on here, and get it out to a bit more wider audience, then I would much appreciate it. Until the next time, love, light and peace to you all. I love you all, and take care of yourselves in these difficult times. Love, light and peace, guys.